We who are created in God's image are called to grow in this likeness in the way we give and receive in relationship. Unfortunately, many of us associate love with good feelings. That's not what the scriptures say at all. Rather, love is a commitment. It's a commitment to be present to oneself in one's authenticity. And in that authenticity, that's how we are able to give and receive effectively the gift of love. So depending upon one's personality, we experience love as a physical, caring presence. Sometimes it's an emotional state of being. Sometimes it's a spiritually felt sense. Sometimes we experience it through images or words or gifts or kindnesses. The list goes on and on. This is why we're attracted to certain ways and means of how it's expressed and received. This is why John, in his wonderful letter on love, goes to great effort to unpack what this love is and where it comes from, that we too might become, are you ready for this? Experts in giving and receiving love, just like our Creator. If you want to know how to do that, look at the life of Christ. He modeled it for us. I've used this long introduction to prepare us for the gospel. So many of us, myself included, when difficulties and terrible things happen that we can't explain, we think, God's left me. I've done something wrong. God's punishing me. God can't stand the heat. He's gone. No, not at all. I call to mind the words here. Jesus did not come to the fearful apostles from above. He did not travel above the storm. Notice, he walked through it. He walked through it at a distance from the boat. All of this is very important in what the scriptures are trying to tell us theologically. He didn't go immediately to the boat. He waited until they noticed him. And then he walked over. And he's present and said, come on, guys. It's me. Stop living in your fear and recognize I'm here. And when you're present to who you are, you too will know there's nothing to be afraid of. God is always and everywhere present because that's what love is. Now, sure, you don't experience this love because it's calm. I'm trying to open your hearts and minds that God is present in a different way. In a different way. I would offer to you this reflection. That the gift of reality, how life presents itself to us, is always inviting us to go deeper and broader. Because God is spacious and wide. God is always inviting us to a deeper, what we call today, deeper maturity as human beings. A greater love. Because if we can't truly be aware and receive the grace, the challenge, the gift of this terrible, challenging, difficult, painful moment, how in the world are we going to be present to that, to anyone else that comes to us? The struggles and pains, especially members of our family. So, mental illness in one's family. Diagnosis of terminal cancer, an accident, overdose of drugs. The list goes on and on. God is not punishing us. God is always and everywhere present as the gift of a loving, abiding presence. Are you ready for this? God says, I want you to do the same thing. That's why we Eucharist together. Jesus gives us his essence and says, now you give your essence. You become nourishment to all of God's people. And as you do that, you recognize not only the gift, but the call that you are in God and God is in you. Is that not what true love is?